Here are some headlines that appeared across the nation on September 23rd of 2024. California sues Exxon Mobil for decades of recycling lies. California lawsuit accuses Exxon Mobil of misleading the public about plastic recycling. Challenging Big Oil's lie about plastics recycling. These are referring to the lawsuit brought by California Attorney General Rob Bonta against Exxon Mobil. This is the first lawsuit of its kind ever brought by a state against a corporation. Bonta stated in an interview, "For decades, Exxon Mobil has been telling the world that plastics are recyclable and are being recycled, and that consumers can participate in a single-use throwaway culture, and it's okay because all of those plastics that you throw away will be reclaimed, recycled, and will show up in someone else's household as a useful plastic product." Bonta stated that these claims by Exxon Mobil are false and that most plastic is not recyclable and are never going to be recycled. The crux of the lawsuit includes the following. Exxon Mobil has waged a decades-long deceptive marketing campaign. Exxon has falsely claimed recycling is a viable solution to the plastic waste crisis. Exxon knew recycling could never handle the massive volume of plastic waste it was generating. Exxon dramatically ramped up plastic production while avoiding responsibility for the pollution it creates. And ExxonMobil should be held accountable for the resulting environmental and economic harms to the state of California. I do not intend elaborating on the entirety of the lawsuit. As you might expect, the initial 147-page filing in the court is complex, with a huge amount of convincing evidence against ExxonMobil. This case is also likely to be in the courts for years. Its progress and the information coming from the proceedings should be very interesting in the future. ExxonMobil's initial response to the lawsuit was predictable. It was essentially that they have done nothing wrong, and the state is misrepresenting their positions. They further asserted that it is the California recycling system that is defective, and that their so-called advanced recycling is the answer. Much more will be said about these claims in the future. But I'd like to make a couple of points that are related to the lawsuit. First, the growth of plastic waste has been astounding over the last few decades, but the rate of recycling has remained below 10%. In fact, it is estimated that only 5% of the plastic ever produced has been recycled. Second, there is no projection that the amount of recycling of plastic will increase significantly in the future, even though the production of plastic is anticipated to more than double by 2050. What does this lawsuit mean to us? How is it impacting us in Rahway or in Summit, in Madison, in Morristown? First, will New Jersey join the lawsuit against ExxonMobil? Hard to tell at this point. But if New Jersey joined the lawsuit, I look upon it as a positive outcome that will increase the amount of awareness of the issue of the growing plastic waste crisis. Second, the volume of information just in the filing is huge. And over the years, this case will be in the courts, and we will continue to have more and more facts revealed that help us in our decision making about how we approach the issue of plastic waste and waste in general. Third, the knowledge that we are gaining from the increasing number of studies and court cases related to all kinds of environmental issues will cut through the deceptions and misinformation that is influencing our decisions about how to consume and use our resources. Finally, hopefully, the information resulting from this case will help everyone realize that the issue of caring for our environment and our health and dealing with all of the waste issues we face are not someone else's problem. They are our problem, and each of us needs to address the problem. When you throw something away, even in the recycling bin, it does not go away. It goes somewhere else. And what is done with it will have an impact on your life. In the future, I will address the issues raised in this lawsuit and many other issues. It's my hope that in this new year, this kind of information will contribute to the facts and the dialogue on this issue and many more we will address in this setting. I leave you with an American indigenous people's proverb, which states, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children." This is Alan Swanson. Thank you for listening.